banner back.
Alrighty. Hello, everybody. We are live. Point two podcast this week. Another installment of it. JK. We are point three podcast. We are 2/3 of your favorite trio of hosts. To my left, Shadow Brando, myself, Hero Scroll. Our third, Lou, is away for this week, but he will be back next week, so don't worry about that. Hope everybody is enjoying their Wednesday. Nate, what's up, man?
Nate?
Brandon,
Welcome in.
I'm sorry, excuse me, Shadow Brando. How you doing today?
Is it Shadow Brando still?
Is it?
Yeah,
Is
I
it?
don't know.
watched
I don't
it
know what
last
my name
weekend.
is right here. But my name won't pop up because this banner is up, and I never knew that was an issue. Okay, yeah, we're still Shadow Brando.
Yeah.
My day was good though. I got Chipotle, so
There you go.
that was phenomenal. And I'm ready to get into the yapping because there's a whole lot of yapping.
Yeah.
Whole lot. Fantastic Four trailer.
Yeah.
Invincible coming out tomorrow. And your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man today. It's a lot to get into.
Yeah, for sure. Nate saying
Surfer Brando when F4 comes out.
Mm.
Oh, I gotta think about that.
If you do, you have to come in all silver.
Fantastic Brando? No. Fantastic
No,
Brando?
Surfer Brando, I think is.
I do.
It's got to keep with the SB thing, and I think
That's
Surfer
true.
Brando,
That is true.
I think Surfer Brando's the one that works out best. So,
yeah.
Again, though, if you do that, our one condition, and I'm sure Nate will agree with me, but Lou will also agree with me. You have to come in all silver, head to toe.
Damn, that's
head to toe.
Like, what if it's like a silver morph suit?
That's fine.
Think about it.
Okay. What
if I go? Well, wait. I have another idea. What if I wear that to when I see Fantastic Four, and start going around asking people what they thought about it?
Please do.
That would be great.
Please do.
That would be great.
That'd be even better. But it has to be for both. It has to be for both.
I'd try chicken out.
No, you could do it. You could do it.
I chickened out of wearing the shirt that I have on underneath it today. This, for context, there's a shirt that has a lot of. If anyone's seen Snapcube and the real-time fan dubs on YouTube, they did Sonic Adventure 2 fan dub, and it's just like them going through the game without knowing the dialogue in one take, and they just dub over it. So it gets very unhinged, and there's a chance where, in Sonic Adventure 2, Eggman makes an announcement about doing what he does to the moon in that movie. But in the fan dub, the dude does voice acts about how he's gonna piss on the moon and how Shadow the Hedgehog screwed his wife. And the back of this shirt has the whole fucking saying on it. And I said I bought it because I wanted to wear it to the gym. And the more I read it and the more I think about it, if someone's behind me reading that shirt, I'm like,
he probably is unhinged.
They would probably think that I'm crazy and or weird as heck. But it's a really funny shirt, and I'm happy I have it.
There you go.
So that's my TED Talk for today.
Thank you for coming. But
over. We're done. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, we're done. Good night, everybody. We know we said that it's a Fantastic Four trailer reaction, but it's not. But let's jump into it, right? Let's not keep the people waiting because obviously the big one finally came out yesterday. It's definitely something we got to talk about. But really quick, if you're new here, there's always 3 things that we love to do on the podcast. Let's keep watching, keep reading, and keep nerding out. SB, kick us off with you keep watching.
We got, it's going to be a 2-parter. You got Invincible, which comes out tomorrow. I've been rewatching a little bit of Invincible season 2 and season 1 and 2. I was about to say 2 and 3, but it's 3 that's coming out tomorrow. Just to kind of catch up, and It's crazy. Nobody knows that this show is coming out tomorrow. So many people that are like
Yeah.
hardcore Invincible fans are like, "It's dropping tomorrow," and I'm like, "Yeah, 3 episodes at once too." Nonetheless, the marketing has just been
It failed it.
terrible,
Yeah,
terrible. Yeah,
the marketing failed
it's
it this show
getting
big time.
very, very good reviews though. Like, I get now it's been kind of overshadowed by the Fantastic Four trailer also, but even before then, like, what the heck? It's been nowhere. It has 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. It debuted with that, and um, Fandom Wire gave it season 3 a 9 out of 10. I think IGN gave it a good review, but who cares about IGN?
Yeah,
Um,
we don't talk about IGN here.
yeah. But it's just crazy to think, like, we had so much coverage for season 2 last year, and
Yeah,
now it's like, "Oh, who cares about season 3?"
yeah. I
I
mean,
had no
I
idea it
think
was tomorrow. Yeah, see?
I was
Even
gonna
me.
say no. Dylan saying I thought it was yesterday.
I thought it
Yeah,
was yesterday, yep.
I forgot until actually I think it was you on our private Discord chat that you were like, "Yeah, Invincible," and I was like, "Oh crap, that does come out this week." Completely forgot.
I keep on seeing the post that is coming out, and then,
Yeah,
like, the days and the days and the weeks and the weeks, like, the last couple of days go
they
by,
get
and I'm
jumbled
like,
up.
"Oh, like,
Yeah,
it's coming out tomorrow." Like, I last week, I saw the post that it was coming out next week, and I saw the post that was coming out tomorrow today, and I'm like, "Oh, shit, I forgot it's coming out."
yeah. I think it's like besides the marketing, it's also like just bad timing where it's like sandwiched in between Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, Brave New World, and then this
Yeah.
week just so happened to have Fantastic Four, which came
It's
out kind of
every time they
closer.
have tried to
Yeah,
market for it, something big has like, I
yeah,
remember the last time they posted something about it was the Superman trailer week,
yeah.
and, like, I guess they keep getting screwed in that aspect.
Yeah, but so I mean, but yeah, I'm sure it's going to be great, and you can definitely keep on the channel to see what we think
See what
about
they
it because
come
we
out
are going
with.
to be reviewing it for sure because all three of us here big fans of Invincible and what they were doing. So if you want to stay up to date, make sure you join the Discord and subscribe to us here because we'll be definitely talking about it. And yeah, Nate, we talked about that last year having the mid-season break was a huge momentum killer for the show, and I think that probably continues on to even now. But hopefully, we'll it'll start picking up some steam again, especially if season 3 is as good as everybody is saying it is.
Yeah,
So,
'cause I
uh,
mean, I have one more thing to add. That's
mhm,
how season 1 operated. It
yeah,
dropped, and then it went full steam ahead. Everyone was like,
exactly,
"Holy crap, get on this show." So
exactly.
maybe them dropping 3 episodes at once is a really smart play.
I I think so too. Yeah, Ezra Miller Flash changing the timeline so Invincible isn't promoted properly, probably.
Yeah.
But let's not. I don't want to talk about that movie.
No, I
I
was
don't
gonna
want to talk
say,
about that. For our keep watching, and I know we talked about Invincible, but keep reading and keep nerding out. I think for myself and probably everybody else is going to Fantastic Four. So I think let's just kind of jump into the meat and potatoes of this live stream. Yesterday, 2/4, we got the Fantastic Four trailer drop. We had been waiting for it for so long, and then what was it? I think it was Saturday or Friday that it came out that it was going to be coming out in Good Morning America. Got taken down,
got
so people were
deleted
like,
so
yeah,
fast.
people were very confused. Then they're like, no, it definitely is. And then I think it was Sunday or Monday we got that one glimpse, we got the posters, we got everything just happening all at once. And then yesterday we got it. So if you haven't seen it yet, go watch it.
I
Come
wanna
back.
watch it again right now.
Yeah. Copyright though.
I know,
So
I know.
yeah, we won't. But if you haven't seen it, definitely go watch it because it is worth watching. But SB, off the cuff reaction, how are you feeling about the trailer? The teaser trailer.
I'm feeling very good. I My one gripe that I had with it at first was, like, I feel like I've kind of seen it, but not like seen it, but if you've been following along like D23 and SDCC, a lot of images and kind of like scenes are familiar, which is cool to see them build upon it. But I still feel like there's something missing from this teaser that like makes me want it to be like a perfect teaser, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
Like the Superman one, I'm sold. Absolutely sold on that movie after teaser trailer one. It was a little longer than this. Um, maybe I have to sit with this one, with the first steps one a little more. And I guess kind of they were going for two different things at the end of the day, but similar things at the same time because they are like new universe, not new universes, but new worlds with Fantastic Four a little bit. So it's just, I think Superman has the edge right now for me. I like the Fantastic Four trailer a lot, but I think Superman has the edge for my hype.
That's fair. That's fair. Everybody in the chat definitely also drop what you thought about the trailer, and we'll kind of read everybody's thoughts as well. But yeah, no, I gotta agree. For myself, I really enjoyed the teaser. Right, kind of along what Nate was saying. I didn't expect to like the teaser as much. I think if everybody's kind of seen how I felt on Discord about it, I didn't think it was the right time to drop it. Especially now if they're going to do like a four, if they drop something every fourth, we don't know, we'll see. It'll be better for the marketing, but it just felt very random at first, and especially coming off of Superman, where there was a little bit more hype behind it to the buildup. This kind of felt like, oh, it's coming, have fun. So yeah, but all that being said, I really liked it. I've watched it so many times. Like I said yesterday in our quick little short, I've seen it so many times. I really, really like it. I love
Yeah,
the
I
vibes that it
love the
has.
score.
The
I
scores,
love the score so much.
fantastic. Not even trying to be saying that as a pun. We're probably going to say fantastic a lot this live stream and genuinely mean that. I think that score was so good. Just at the end of it, when it like swells all the way to Fantastic Four.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. It's freaking it gets me every time. It's like the Superman guitar riff that like when you hear
Yeah.
that like the newest Superman guitar riff, it's like when you hear that first riff, it's like wow, powerful. And when you hear that Fantastic Four, I'm not going
Yeah.
into it. It's
Yeah.
beautiful at the same
Mm-hmm.
time.
Yeah. I loved it.
Johnny up in orbit was sick.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a great shot of him going up in orbit. Giacchino cooked big time. Absolutely. And
You know,
I absolutely cannot wait to see what else the score has in store for us, because if that's the teaser, oh my God.
yeah, no, I fully agree with that. Ah, it's just so good. You know what I'm really happy about too? And what I'm sold about? I don't know if we were skeptical on it at first, because this change happened, I think right around when Point 3 was made. Maybe before then, with Shackman taking over as director. He
Yeah.
I'm so sold on it. After especially knowing him from WandaVision, I can't remember my initial reaction back then, but if it was a bad reaction, I take it back because I'm sold on it. After seeing like his retro TV stuff and like seeing this universe in the 60s futuristic vibe and knowing what he's done with like WandaVision in the 60s and the aspect ratios and all that stuff, I do really like what I'm seeing in that aspect.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was
Yeah.
John Watts that was originally
Mhm.
here at first.
Yep. I do think it was closer to when we just started the podcast. I
Yeah,
think
I
that was
remember
like a
doing
very
like
early one.
I remember we did the King Dynasty.
Yeah.
director change video, but I don't remember if we did the Fantastic Four.
Yeah. I think
So it
this
was
was
like right
before
around the
that.
same time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think this was a little bit before that. But yeah, no, I definitely do kind of agree that
Kang
it was.
Dynasty, excuse me.
I was
More
gonna say,
like
let's
a
not.
doomsday.
We're not talking about that forbidden movie anymore. Oh man, what a time to be alive. Anyways, yeah, I think
Wish your
the
teeth was
vibes.
yeah.
We'll get to that in a little bit, but the vibes of the trailer, I think, said it very well. Where I think for a while we've kind of known that, okay, hey, this world was going to be set in like futuristic retro. But I will also say I was pleasantly surprised how well they caught that and how well they were able to make it feel unique. Because you hear that and you kind of go, well, what can you do to really make it, look old but new at the same time and not make it look weird? But I think everything they did looked really good.
Oh, phenomenal. Like even just the way it's like filmed. Like it just
Hmm.
has that grainy aspect in a lot of the shots.
Yeah.
I think I love the scenery in it. Gives you TVA vibes, which is cool too.
Yeah, it does. I saw a lot of people, and I think you kind of said it too, not too long ago, where it's just old style TV. And I saw a post, I think it was on Instagram, but it was someone's tweet that they had posted that the kind of the stage that they're standing on towards the end is mimicking a stage that the Beatles performed on a talk show
Ooh.
back in the 60s. But it looks new, like it looks kind of futuristic in style. But if you look at the two side by side, they are clearly, the Fantastic Four is clearly trying to mimic that, which is very cool. Even the Fantastic Car looked
That was
awesome.
cool. Oh,
Um,
the suits. I'm a big fan of the suits too.
I was gonna say they
I'm
grew
a
on
very
me.
big fan of the suits.
They
I
grew
like
on me.
I've really liked them ever since we saw Johnny in his first suit. I remember I really liked that one.
Yeah. I think I had said let's kind of see a little bit more with it because I didn't like the.
You know what I do like? I'm sorry to
Mhm.
cut you off, but or what I did notice with the suits? Reed doesn't have the white up top,
He doesn't, yeah. This is
and I think that's
interesting.
pretty cool.
Yeah. We'll get to the thing. Don't worry. One little thing at a time. We'll get to all those
But
chat going crazy, but
but
we'll get to some of these.
but
Um,
but hold on. Here's the thing.
Here's the thing. Yeah. I was gonna say
That's all I
let's.
wanted to do. That's
I
all I
love
wanted
it.
to do. I just
I
wanted
love
to.
it.
Here's the thing. I
If
got
you
my
can't,
friends good with that at the gym today.
did you? I love
We
it.
were talking about the Fantastic Four shower, and I was like, "Here's the thing," and I just pulled up the picture. He's like, "That's the thing," and I was like, "I know."
But your friends are gonna hate you after this. They're gonna be like, enough of this guy. Could you pull up the costume back though? That
Oh
screenshot
yeah,
really quick.
yeah.
Just kind of wanted to point something out. But going back to the costume, yeah. Originally, I wasn't a big fan. I said they felt like too much like a pajama, but seeing them here, they look a lot more like a suit than a pajama. I don't know if it's the way that the way they did it in post. I just think the costumes look a lot better.
Wait, let me get this. Let me get this picture that has all of them next to each other too.
Didn't know Dwayne Johnson was in this. I don't think any of us knew that. But yeah,
There's another
I
one.
like these a lot better.
Yeah,
Seeing more of it.
I think so too. I think it's really cool. It's just oh, my cursor doesn't show up. Um, it's really interesting to see Reed without the white part, like everyone else. Even Sue's doesn't go down all the way on her arms like
Yeah,
Johnny's and the Things does.
yeah. No, Nate, we got it. Don't worry, we know.
Oh, I honestly didn't even hear it.
No, we heard it. Don't worry. Yeah, no, I think they look great. Hopefully it'll be much more interesting when we see kind of more action shots specifically about Reed, because we did see
Yeah.
Vanessa
He
Kirby.
reads anything of his powers.
Hmm. We did see Vanessa Kirby, we did see the Thing, and we did see Johnny all kind of use their powers in the suits. We didn't see Reed, which I think was
I
a
didn't see
smart
Johnny in his
idea.
suit either. He used the powers.
True. It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to kind of see them in motion. Do you think at the end of the movie we'll have a suit 2.0? Early theory.
Probably. I'm sure Reed will probably develop like some type of suit to face Galactus or something. And you know the MCU fucking loves their different suits. Sell more toys and Funkos that way, obviously.
Yeah. I will say though.
You see, Nate knows what's good.
Yeah, I do think they'll also get one. I do think it might go towards a darker blue as well, and less white. That's just my early quick theory.
I can see that. Now, I don't know, because here's another thing. Do they get the new suits at the end of the movie, or do they get them in Doomsday whenever they somehow make it to like a different universe with different technology and stuff?
They'll definitely get a new one in Doomsday.
Because that's 3 freaking suits right there.
But remember too that, and I know it's kind of a weird comparison, but because it might not apply all the way, but Sam, Captain America, his costume was just kind of in the last episode, and then it looks like they're kind of just giving him a new one.
Yep.
So I wouldn't be surprised if maybe they do something like that, where it's like, hey, at the start of the movie they have this one, and then Doom comes in, wrecks them, and they're like, okay, we need new suits. Here you go. Like, you need to be more updated for a Battle World suit.
That's a good point. Oh, my cursor does show. What the heck?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, no. Great stuff. So let's dive into hard nethers. Wow. Hard nethers is crazy. Chat, you have a problem.
Oh, that's going in the.
You guys have a problem with bulges and nether regions. Our chat is genuinely kind of crazy. But let's jump into Ben Grimm, right? The Thing, because I think that's the one that a lot of people were very interested in seeing, right? More details of. We had seen kind of the suit, it being practical on some set leaks, and now we get a better look at it. How do you feel about it? And chat, I know you guys already kind of alluded to it, but how do you guys feel as well? I know Lou, our third host who isn't here today, he said that he was kind of iffy on him, and I can in some ways understand why. But before I kind of say why I don't agree, SB, how do you feel about the Thing? Ben Grimm Thing.
I like the clarification.
It's weird that I have to clarify that now.
I think he looks really good. I'm happy that his voice didn't get changed along with his transformation, and I think it definitely looks better than the 2015 Thing from that movie, and I think it looks better than the 2005 movie. I can't lie.
I
The
agree.
2005 movie just looked too much like a face with just makeup on it.
Yeah.
This like actually screams like it's a rock.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's a rock. He's got the brows too.
Yeah.
I like seeing him with the brows more than a freaking like a forehead.
Yeah. 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 I love it. I love it. I love that they went full Jack Kirby design. Um, we'll get to his height in just a second because I think that's kind of
Nobody's
the
been
one
on his height.
they really have. But Nate saying only nitpick with the thing is that he's too small, basically same height as everyone else. If he was the size of fantastic thing with the comic accurate look, then it would be perfect. We'll get to that in a second. Kevin saying that Fantastic Four Steps teaser trailer was just okay. Saying Marvel Studios is still going to have a good year at the box office, even if their 25 film slate doesn't match Deadpool and Wolverine at the box office, which is true, probably very true.
They got the volume this year.
They really do. They got what, 3, 4 movies? 3. So
would have been 4 if Blade was a thing.
R.I.P. Blade. Yeah, no, the thing, he looks great. Design wise, I have no complaints, and I agree with you 100%. There were some people kind of saying that he looks like too fake, but I think that's kind of what they're going for.
The point, he's a rock.
Yeah, exactly. Like, and
I humanize him through his character rather than his looks.
And I was talking to that with someone at work, right? And they were like, "Oh, well, he looks too much like a creature." And I said, "Well, he should. Like, he to me should look like a pile of rocks that came to life as a man, not a man that turned into rocks, if that makes sense." And I think they captured that well.
This might be a weird take. But this 2025 thing kind of gives me like Sandman from Spider-Man 3 vibes. I don't know why. But in the aspect of like Sandman from Spider-Man 3 was good. I think that was a good representation of like Sandman when it came to the CGI and just visually. And it kind of gets me like the same vibes as that. Like I said, I don't know how or why, if that makes any sense, but it just does.
Yeah. No, I get what you mean.
Like, it's because like you could tell Sandman is like actually no, that kind of goes against my point. I was gonna say, like, you could feel for Sandman's like humanity even when he's a little bit in like monster like creature form.
Yeah.
And like that's kind of like how it is with this thing.
Yeah, with Ben, yeah. And I think they obviously show that from the one shot of him seeing himself as a human before he went up into space with Reed, and then the TV turns off and it's just him, full in his comic accurate trench coat and hat. Love that. But like the look in his eyes alone, you can tell that this hurts him really bad. And it looks like really that Reed is also kind of dealing with the guilt of that, which it's been a while since I've seen Fan-Four-tastic, but at least in the original Fantastic Four, Reed doesn't really feel anything about it. He's just kind of like, oops, and my bad.
And that's something that I love because when we were doing the Road to Fantastic Four of one of our recent ones, when we were reading like the first issues of Fantastic Four, and then I read Life Story a little bit. Just from reading those little bits of like the first like couple issues, you could tell of like what character Reed is supposed to be and how off that the 2005 and 2015 one was. And now that I think about it, it's kind of crazy to think that a Fantastic Four movie comes out every 10 years. 2005, 2015, and now 2025.
Yeah, it's a vicious
third time's the charm, man.
It should be. It's a vicious
third time's the freaking charm. But yeah, it was like you could tell I just on the trailer alone, which is what I wanted to get into. Dylan mentioned in Discord the other day about how he wanted to see a little bit more Reed, and I do kind of agree. I would have liked to see a little bit more Reed, but for first teaser trailer one, I think it's beautiful that they didn't put the emphasis on Reed, and they get to show him caring about his family, and you
Mm-hmm.
hear that talk with Sue of like you're just saying and getting into about how he's feeling bad about like kind of the first time they went into space.
Yeah.
The Ben wasn't a rock. Johnny couldn't flame on. You were invisible. You
Yeah.
couldn't go invisible. And that scene alone is you were just getting into this. I'm so sorry for stealing all the thunder, but
No, no, no.
just reading a couple comic issues, looking at those old movies, and then seeing this trailer, it's crazy that they couldn't do this shit in the past.
Yes. Yeah. It's honestly insane how bad they've messed up the Fantastic Four because, like you said, in this one conversation alone, even Sue, which I think, especially more so, Jessica Alba's portrayal is that she's just the hot woman, and that's how they play her character. She's just hot. So look at her. Reed's a nerd. He shouldn't be with her. But here, this isn't the case. You can tell they have a love for each other, Reed and Sue, and then that Sue has a love for the rest of the team as well.
Mhm.
And yeah, Nate bringing up a fantastic point with Full Circle. If you haven't read that, awesome artwork by Alex Ross and story as well. I think a deluxe
That's
version
not
is
Life
coming out.
Story, right?
I'm
No, they're
sorry.
two. That's
No,
not.
Full Circle is not Life Story.
Okay, they are
Yeah.
two different things. I
Mm-hmm.
had a brain
Full
fart
Circle
for
is
a second.
something else. But yeah, if you want to see like a very good Ben centric story, I definitely would read that. Again, I think a deluxe edition is coming out this year with like a couple extra pages that kind of show up behind the scenes of it. But yeah, everybody's characteristics are going to take a stage that I don't think people are ready for. Even Johnny, right? Where Johnny is coming out to people really think of him as like just a party guy, and he is
I'm
that,
so excited.
but there's a lot more to him, and they're teasing that already.
I'm so happy you brought that up because right before when I was at the gym before this live, I ran into my friend and we were talking about Fantastic Four, and the last thing we were talking about was how he's really excited to see Joseph Quinn as Johnny and thinks he's gonna be really good. And my friend's a good, like pretty big Joseph Quinn fan, but isn't too like fully up to date to Marvel to like what
Mhm.
we are. And that gets him excited for it. And I think Joseph Quinn could do the great silliness as like Chris Evans could do as Johnny, but he's gonna get that crazy cool like complexity of Johnny Storm being like the whole not an actual like goofball like human and having issues
Yeah.
problem down so well because you get to see him kind of deal with that as even just Eddie in Stranger Things and kind
Yeah.
of dealing with that role. Oh, I'm so
Yeah.
excited for it. He's gonna be able to kill both parts of Johnny and Human Torch.
Yeah. And Nate bringing up a good point that he does want to be seen as the cool one, but I think a really good portrayal of him is also in Full Circle that I think hits the nail on the head of what Johnny wants in general normally. Between all Fantastic Four comics is that he just wants to matter. He wants to matter to people, and he wants to leave something that's lasting, even if he does just live for the moment. He is very much, I'm living for the here and the now, but I want to leave something that people will remember me by. And when I'm gone, people will talk about me well. Um, I do think so. Nate asking, do we think Johnny will be as quippy? I think so. I think he'll probably be the between him and maybe Herbie will be the harder comedic relief.
I am excited to see Joseph and Ebon's chemistry together as like
Yeah,
the whole Johnny and Thing dynamic. Because just seeing them at like Comic-Con together was just beautiful. And even what we haven't even brought up, we got to see them interact, like see all their chemistry in real life together at Comic-Con and
yeah,
D23. And this trailer really freaking translates well everything they're talking about like how they got together as like a family to truly get that feeling across. And
yeah.
that's what I really do like about this trailer, just as a random throw in.
No, that's a great point because I think they portray that well in the trailer as well. Where like you see all of them, and you can tell they have history behind them. Like you can tell this isn't the first time they're all just meeting up, and then they have, this accident, and then they're like, oh well, we're just stuck with each other. No, like you can tell they've been through it, they've known each
Mhm.
other, and they're like, yeah, no, this is what we are. That's who we've always been. You know, it's just now amplified with these powers.
Yep. I was gonna say too, I like how they did show the tease of I think they showed the tease of when they first got their powers. Um there's a scene where you can kind of see like Sue and Reed like in like a
In the
spaceship
ship, yeah.
in the ship, and then her going
Mhm.
invisible, and like those look exactly like from the comics when she first goes invisible in his hands and it's like what the hell is
Yes.
going on, and I'm like, wow, I love it.
I do
Now
think we'll get a glimpse of that more.
I was gonna ask, do you think that scene will be like just like a simple flashback origin, or do you think we truly get to see their first like encounter?
I
Because
do
Feige
think
has said that I know James Gunn has talked about not doing like origins, like re-showing origins for his DCU stuff, but I feel like Feige said something a little similar that it's not gonna be like a true origin story about this movie.
we might get like a flashback in terms of I wouldn't be surprised if they do it through like the news. Since it seems like they're
Mhm.
very much in the public's eye, they might go like it seems Reed at the beginning is kind of doing like a documentary or an interview where he's like, yeah, we have family dinner all the time, exactly at whatever time he said. I wouldn't be surprised if they put it there. And they're like, well, what happened? What happened when you were in space? And Reed kind of has like a flashback and he's
Mhm.
like, this happened or whatever. He doesn't really say much, but we see it. And then they keep going.
I like that. I like
Yeah.
that.
Because I don't think they would want to waste or not waste, but spend too much time showing that. They'll probably give you like a brief glimpse here and there.
I'm excited to see what the runtime of this movie is.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's gonna be it's gotta be over 2 hours.
Yeah.
It has
Yeah.
to be.
I feel like it's 2:15. That's going to be my very early guess.
2:15.
Yeah, 2
Let me
hours
go.
15 minutes.
I think let me go to 2:27. I don't
I
know
like
why.
that. I
I
like
think
that.
it's gonna have a 27 in it.
I could see that. Huh?
No bias aside.
Yeah, Nate. I was gonna say, Nate, we're on that same.
2 hours.
I hadn't thrown that one in there for a minute, but
I did one for you a couple weeks
I
ago.
saw.
I
I
don't.
remember. I remember. Nate saying 2 hours 15 minutes. Dill saying an hour 54.
Hour 54. Get out of
Mm.
here with no Brave New World bogus.
I was gonna say that's a short run time. I don't think they'll
Yeah,
do that
no,
for
there's
this.
no way. There's so much in this movie that
Yeah,
they.
yeah.
Oh,
Going back to another question that Dill asked, though, he said, "Will Marvel pull a fast one and have Natasha Lyonne play Birdie instead of someone else?" I don't think so. I think Birdie is a what if
Please, please,
abomination
no.
only, and will stay a what if abomination only. I do not see this coming out for that.
There's no chance.
No.
There's no chance they do Birdie like
No
that.
chance.
There's,
That'd be so weird.
it's
So
just,
weird.
and I don't even want to think about it.
Let's not. Let's not.
Okay, then it's
Dill
not
doubling
like
down though,
holy shit.
saying at least under 2 hours.
Yeah,
Dylan, how about this?
I don't know, man.
If it's under 2 hours, Spider Brando will send you a pop of your choosing out of his collection. Okay.
Why mine? Why you just starting me? I was gonna say that anyways, but why did you just throw it to me? I was gonna be like, okay, wait, where's he going with this?
Oh man.
I legit was going to say I'll send you a pop if it's under 2 hours, which is funny that.
Oh, okay. Well, I was gonna say.
Wait, there we go.
Yeah. Listen. If SB said it, that means it has to happen now. It just has to happen. So
I've said that have to happen still.
yeah. So Dill, if it happens, get ready to receive a pop. Going back to one quick thing before we move on to the other big character in this movie, we wanted to bring up the Thing again and his height. A lot of people are like, yo, he's small, he's tiny, he's never going to be able to fight the Hulk at this size. SB, what do you think about that?
One, I'm not gonna lie, I don't really care. I think it's pretty. I think it's cool. He looked cool when he was running. It kind of gives you that like tank vibe. And I was never one to think of the Thing as like someone that's supposed to be as big as the Hulk. I don't know. Like I feel like even in the Fantastic Four animated show back then, he was never that big. I feel like in any video game I've played, he was never that big. So I don't know. I think that's pretty valid. I mean, I get it because he is like Vanessa is. It looks like they're like exactly the same height as Reed and Sue, but like Vanessa and Pedro are pretty tall. You can't lie. They are pretty tall, like human beings.
Yeah, I think they're like almost 6 feet. But yeah, I agree.
Oh, actually, that's a lot. Vanessa Kirby's 5'7".
5'7". What's Pedro?
Yeah. There's no way she's 5'7". Oh, she's in heels all the time. Pedro's 5'11".
Okay, so basically 6.
Yeah.
You know, especially if you're at a bar with a girl, I'm basically 6 foot, 5'11".
Yeah,
6.
yeah.
We're rounding up. Let's be honest, gents. Here's what I will say about it is that there's 2 problems with the Thing is too small argument for me. If you read the comics, Ben isn't a huge person. Like he's big and strong, yes, but if you notice in comparison to Hulk, oh my god.
No, I clicked the wrong comment. No way.
You think the Thing will have the bulge? Oh man.
He wasn't even here for Nate's comment earlier.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Rums, you missed some nether region talk earlier. So sorry about that. But yeah, the Thing is never as big as the Hulk. He's never really that. Oh god. Oh no. Oh no. What is the chat derailing into now?
Oh my god.
2 boulders packed in there. It's more 2 pebbles, right? Because boulders would be more like his shoulders. Anyways, enough of that. Travis, what's up, man? But what I was gonna say, the Thing is never as big as the Hulk. You always look at him. The Hulk is significantly bigger than the Thing. And the next big problem that we have to remember, the Hulk is never going to fight the Thing in the MCU.
That's also very true.
Everybody jumped to the thing of like, hey, when's the Hulk gonna fight the Thing?
Going
Never.
on right now.
Oh my god. Jesus
Go with
Christ,
this. It's for the
all of
clips.
you.
Sack.
Oh no. And we haven't talked about Galactus yet.
Nope.
Everybody's too busy talking about bulges.
It's
But
bulgari.
oh no, that sounds terrible. That sounds like an offense. As my camera won't focus for some reason, I just noticed that.
Oh yeah, I forgot I was gonna mention it. My face is like white now. We're super.
I don't know. Hold on. Let's try to see if we can fix it. If not, hold on. Stand by as we have technical difficulties. The bulge is making Hero blush. I can tell you right now, it is most definitely not.
Someone throw this link to this video in the Discord
There we go.
podcast moments, please. We're just gonna have to put every live in there because it's just always on.
Because our chat is obsessed with bulges now. All right, let's talk about the other big thing that came out in the teaser trailer. We got our first tease at Galactus SB. I know you were excited about this because you said he had a lot of aura, but man, we finally got Galactus on the big screen. Proper Galactus proper. Let me make that clear because we did have Galactus. Oof.
A storm cloud.
Oh god.
I haven't used this in a while. But I would like to say this is how I feel about Galactus.
Mm-hmm.
Boom. I thought that was beautiful. I thought it was a perfect tease to end the trailer. I was wondering if they were gonna show Surfer or Galactus or like not really do a villain. And I didn't think they would for a split second just to really keep us on our toes because Marvel always freaking does that. But seeing him look at the Statue of Liberty and then seeing that shadow go through New York City, and as a New Yorker, oh my god. Now I'm not from the city, but knowing like just physically everything, like like how big something would be from that angle, wow. It's menacing. Very, very menacing.
Yeah.
And obviously the whole cool comic accurate helmet is cool.
Yeah.
And it's also knowing the first tease that we ever got of Galactus from the leaked SDCC footage and seeing how he was looking through like a building and his eyes were just eyes.
The key art, I think it was.
Yeah. Knowing the key art and then seeing these, my god, that dude is a menace.
Yeah. I love the Galactus look. Nate, I was gonna say that exact part. The shadow of him casting the shadow over the city. That's why I don't understand the people that saw that and were like, "Oh, he's tiny." I'm like, "No, he's not. He's literally looming over the city." Which, if you've kind of read the comics, seen other adaptations, that's kind of what the proper size of Galactus is. I just think a lot of people hear Planet Eater and then they just expect him to be the size of the entire planet.
Size too, also, right? Isn't that like one of his things?
Yeah. So I mean, like, that's what I mean. Like,
right here, look at this,
gigantic.
Do you know how many blocks this is in New York City?
Dude, that's
like this is legit the entire bottom half of Manhattan.
Yeah.
To here. And who knows even how far he's standing back?
Who knows? But Nate, I think that's what people were waiting for, the size of a celestial, but that's not what he is per se. So I think people should be happy. I think we're going to get more of him the next trailer. I wouldn't be surprised if the next trailer we get a voice.
Works he's not a cloud. Yep.
And it's always true.
You know what was really funny? Speaking of clouds, Ralph Ineson, the voice actor for Galactus, after the trailer debuted, he quote tweeted someone that tweeted out this picture or like what I just screen shared as a quoted it by saying "Get off of my cloud."
Love that.
I'm like, that is savage.
Yeah. Rome's, we did see the San Diego trailer, and I think that's what SB was alluding to earlier.
Yes, that's what I was talking about. Like seeing them both like D shot to the net shot makes total sense.
Yeah. Yeah. So Thwip saying about the next trailer, we get the voice, more shots of him, and a peek of Silver Surfer flying in the next trailer. Placing my bets now. Everybody else in the chat, yeah, place what you think we're gonna see and what you want to see as well. But I do kind of agree. I do think we get the voice. I think we get a full face reveal, at least.
Really?
And I do think we get Silver Surfer, but I do think we see more of Reed, and I do think we get Reed's powers. They should just insert lines from Ralph Edison in the British office. That would be pretty cool.
Dude, Ralph Ineson's voice is crazy.
Yeah, it's fantastic voice, dude.
God,
Such a perfect casting for Galactus.
The second I hear that voice, I'm playing that sound clip like on repeat. It's I need it. I need it in my veins.
Yeah. Yeah. Do we think Doom will show up in this movie? Yes. I think we can all confidently say yes on that, but I think we'll get kind of closer to that more. We'll theorize how later on as we get to it. But yeah, I really think that's about everything that we were shown that I think we could talk about as of right now. SB, any final comments you kind of want to add for the Fantastic Four teaser? I don't know if it's just me, but I can't hear you.
Hello?
Now I can hear you.
I want to ask you a question and chat a question.
Go for it.
After all this discussing and watching the trailer, I know I said my opinion earlier of the battle for 2025 superhero genre. After round one of both teaser one for Superman and teaser one for the Fantastic Four, what would you say has the edge right now for your hype level? I want everyone in chat to answer this also.
Okay, we'll give people the people in chat. We'll give them a second to answer, but I think really quick before I answer your question, great question. Dill asking speculation on John Malkovich's character because we did see him for a split second. I'm of the belief as well that he is Red Ghost, so he has the same like haircut and beard too. So I think he's definitely Red Ghost. Yeah. Travis saying, I love Sue's line. Ben has always been a rock. Johnny's Johnny, and I'm right here. How it describes their powers, but also them as people is clever. Very true. Very, very true. Yo. All right. Chat coming in with their answers. But before we read theirs, yeah, I will say after mulling it over for a day, I think the Superman one wins out based on the fact of what we saw, right? I think it gave us a little bit more. However, I would love to see what the next trailer does, because if the next trailer does this again with more,
are you saying
showing us more
Superman or Fantastic Four?
Fantastic Four. I'm sorry, I should have clarified that. If Fantastic Four does something similar to this where we get more and we add to that, I could see myself being a little more excited for Fantastic Four. Just because I'm a little more attached to these characters than I am with Superman. But both are fantastic.
I like that. I like that. I think that kind of segues into where I cut myself off earlier when I was going on the spiel. I stopped talking about how they were both kind of attempting to do different things a
Yeah.
little bit,
Mhm.
and like Superman needed that trailer to do what it did, like to put it back on the map and
Mhm.
get all that hype and awareness. Marvel doesn't need they didn't need to go all bells and whistles or really like promote it. Like they don't really care about viewerships. I mean they do, but they know people are gonna view it no matter what, and word's gonna spread no matter what because it's Marvel. And then they have a movie coming out next week, and then the Super Bowl, and then another movie. Like
Yeah.
it's easy for them to promote and everything. And I think that's why I'm a little more excited for Superman because of the whole like hype of like this is the true first entry into the DCU
Yeah.
and getting to experience that world from anew. Whereas Fantastic Four will experience this world for like the movie, and then the jury is out on if this is the true Fantastic Four that we get post Secret Wars, and kind of like what happens to their universe at the end of this movie,
Yeah.
to where like the long term connectivity kind of hinders the hype a little bit, in my opinion. Whereas knowing we get Superman and then Supergirl, and like we know Fantastic Four will be in Doomsday and Secret Wars to hold us over for the next 3 years. But after that, it's just like, is that still gonna be the team? And I don't know. I think I need to see more of them from the trailer.
Yeah.
But that just goes to show how important both of these movies are for their respective franchises, and
Mhm.
both as similar as they are when it comes to like being like fresh takes on the characters. DC needed that trailer to be a W just as much as Fantastic Four, and Marvel needed this trailer to be as much of a W, but Superman needed it more, and they needed it to be a spectacle.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think maybe that's where I think a lot of people are with it, where it's just based to the presentation of it, right? Where Superman had to prove itself. Fantastic Four doesn't really need to, because
It
ultimately people are going to
did
watch it
more
more. I
than
mean, it did, but don't
it's
get me wrong, not in
not as much
not
as
in the same way.
yeah.
Yeah. But no, I can agree with you on that for sure.
It
For
just
sure.
feels like I wanted to add something else. I don't know. Like I said earlier, it just still feels like there's something missing from that teaser, but that's exactly what Marvel needed. Like that's what they were allowed to have, that missing piece to where Superman wasn't
Yes.
off of teaser one. That's my
Yeah.
full circle. There we go.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to
Yeah.
fully wrap it up with.
No, that very true. Very great point there. Um
Pedro does got the sauce.
Pedro does have the sauce. Going into the chat really quick, Rome saying Superman trailer was a banging trailer, so hyped. Nate saying that personally, as a bigger Marvel fan than I am DC, have to go with Fantastic Four. Still super excited for Superman. Dill saying Superman though for the hero genre, but as of today, Jurassic World Rebirth. So it's good trailer for them too.
Yeah, I
I
saw
will say
photos
that.
of that actually.
Yeah, looks good. But yeah, that's the Fantastic Four teaser. We loved it here again. If you are watching this post the live, comment below. Let us know what you thought of it. Did you like it? Did you not? Was it missing something for you? Was it perfect? Who knows? Let us know. Yeah, it's going to be interesting, right? We are fully, I think, we've been on this road for a while now, but now we are officially into high gear with it, right? We're
5
getting
month
there.
stretch.
Yeah, we are not far.
Stretch.
Not far. Stretch, no bulge. We're not far from the movie. From both of them, right? But specifically Fantastic Four. I'm curious to see how they keep up the marketing. Hopefully it's better than Invincible. Are you going to be watching Invincible tomorrow? Also, let us know in the comments below. But everybody, that's been our Wednesday live stream. Thank you all for joining us today. We really appreciate you guys coming every Wednesday night and spending time with us. Genuinely, from the bottom of our hearts, thank you so much. Whether you're watching this live or if you're watching it later on, we appreciate you. Make sure you subscribe to us, right? And make sure you're over on our Discord, because
Discord eats first.
I'm sure we are, as we get closer, we're going to be doing more movie nights for Fantastic Four, for Superman. So, stay up to date with us there. And we chat a lot in there too. So every day, basically. So if you want to be a part of that, definitely join.
And you can catch cool Pokemon.
Which who doesn't love that? I love it. It's super fun, really. Except when I miss the one that I want, then I hate that.
Our server gets so many legendaries. It's insane.
It's wild. And I miss them all the time.
Freaking Charmanders.
I was gonna say, I think I have
shiny hunting Charmanders.
Oh, there you go. But yeah, everybody, this is our live stream. We are Point 3 Podcast.
I do want to do a Fan-Four-tastic movie night. I don't think I've ever even seen that movie, so that'll be fun.
I've seen it twice, I think. Both times I remember not liking it at all. But that's a conversation for a different day. So, yeah. Once again, we're Point 3 Podcast. To your left, Shadow Brando, or Surfer Brando, as he'll be known when we're talking Fantastic Four. Myself, Hero Skull, and again, our third, Lou, will be back next week. Everybody, have a great night. We'll catch you on the next live stream. And as always, remember to do the 3 most important things that everybody has to keep doing before our Wednesday live streams. You need to keep watching, you need to keep reading, you need to keep nerding out all about the Fantastic Four as we head on the road to Fantastic Four First Steps. Everybody have a good night and take care. We will see you next time.